Hey everyone, welcome back to Father Son Golf. We're with Tom from Titleist.
Hi everyone.
Here at Thrillford Heath Golf Club, and we've been really lucky to use the facilities here, haven't we, Tom?
Yeah, it's been fantastic. Tim and the team here have been really accommodating, and yeah, it's my first visit to Thrillford and I'm really impressed. It's fantastic.
And why we're here, Riley?
Because we're going to get fitted for some Titleist balls.
So here for a golf ball fitting, and I guess as a Q&A for golf ball fitting, what's the $1 million question, Riley?
Why we get fitted?
Why do we get fitted? So
Absolutely.
Why do we get fitted?
Yeah, great question, guys. So the golf ball's the one piece of equipment we use on every shot.
Yeah.
And nowadays everybody gets fitted for a driver or a set of irons or the wedges, but sometimes the golf ball's overlooked, and given we hit the golf ball on every single shot, it's extremely important. And as golfers we can be pretty inconsistent, so if we can rule out potentially one of the most inconsistent pieces of equipment that we tend to use, then make that constant. It's really going to help from a consistency point of view.
And with regards to we did some Q&As on our Instagram stories, and one of the questions we got was, it's pointless, you need to be a PGA Tour pro to get fitted, and that's not true, is it?
It's not true. That is a real big myth with regards to golf ball fitting, and when it comes to ability, actually it's probably more important for the likes of us to get fitted for a golf ball, because the tour players are more consistent, and they're very highly skilled. If they were to go out and use one of our less expensive golf balls, they're probably going to go and shoot a really good score, but actually they tend to use the premium golf balls. They all use the premium golf balls because they want more help themselves, and if they can get more help from a golf ball, then so can we. We can benefit more from being fitted and having more control from the golf ball.
So briefly, obviously the fitting takes a process, so how are you going to fit us?
So we're going to start with a little conversation around you as a golfer, find out your preferences in terms of what you like to look for in a golf ball, whether you like a soft feel golf ball, whether you like a different coloured golf ball, what you look for from a spin point of view. Do you need more spin or less spin when you're playing into a target? And one of the most common or most important questions, I guess, is where are you in terms of your preference regarding performance or price? Are you looking to get better and improve your performance, or is there a price sensitivity when you're buying a golf ball? And
Yeah,
all these things are considered when we go through the fitting process.
Okay. So obviously there's a range of different golf balls from Titleist, of different price points. So briefly, what are the advantages of each golf ball?
Yeah, really good question, Andy. So the analogy we like to use very often is the car showroom.
Yeah.
Go into a car showroom and all the cars drive. And as you go up the range, we're not going to take anything away from the product, we're actually going to add more. So we're going to give you more performance. As you go up the range, we're going to give you more spin, we're going to give you more control. That isn't going to enhance a slice, it's going to give you more control when you're playing into a target. So it's more backspin with irons and wedges. Off the tee, all the golf balls are distance golf balls. If they weren't, then they wouldn't sell. So they all go roughly the same distance off the tee, but then those spin, flight and feel characteristics really come into their own when you get into the irons and the wedges. So True Feel is the entry-level golf ball. It's our least expensive golf ball, but it's very soft, really for those feel players who like a soft golf ball. It's at that slightly cheaper price point.
Okay.
Really good entry golf ball into the Titleist range. Velocity has a really good USP. Its unique selling point is a high ball flight.
You saw that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Riley saw that, which is fantastic, and you'll be able to see a bit more footage in the fitting. But high ball flight, low in spin, it's our distance golf ball. So you're not going to gain a huge amount of distance with it off the tee, but you might gain a bit of yardage with it in the irons and wedges. But by gaining a bit of yardage, you're going to lose a bit of spin and control. But for the golfer who wants to hit higher, Velocity is a perfect golf ball. Then you go up to Tour Soft and Tour Speed. Great all-round golf balls. Designed for mid penetrating flight, but you're going to get a bit more spin out of Tour Speed because it's got a softer cover. Therefore you're going to spend or pay a little bit more money for Tour Speed.
Yeah.
Again, great off the tee for distance, but then you're getting up to the premium golf balls.
Right, so Riley's going to tell us with the premium golf ball. So what's the lowest ball flight?
So the lowest ball flight is the AVX, which goes lower but has like the lowest spin out of all of them.
Then what's the next one?
Then Pro V1, so it goes sort of like mid-height above AVX but has a high spin rate. Higher spin rate.
So what's the highest spin?
Highest spin is Pro V1X, and I really enjoyed hitting this ball because it goes quite high and it's got the most spin, which is my favourite because most of those fit into my game.
Now, this is an interesting one because we asked what of the premium Pro V1, Pro V1X is the highest spinning and highest ball flight.
Most people said the Pro V1.
Yeah, so everyone thought that the Pro V1X was the penetrating ball, and it's not, is it?
No, there's definitely a bit of a misconception with regards to what the golf balls do, and again, that's the whole reason of coming along to a fitting. We can explain what the golf balls do and actually see what the golf balls do when you start hitting shots. So, yeah, Pro V1X goes higher than Pro V1, down to the dimple pattern. Every golf ball we make has a different dimple pattern to determine how the ball flies. So Pro V1X is the highest in flight. Pro V1X spins more because of the construction of the golf ball, and it just feels a little bit firmer.
Yeah, I took 3 balls earlier. I think it was the AVX, the Velocity and the Tour Soft. I put them on the floor and you could definitely tell a difference between the dimples on there. So I think the Velocity had like a really shallow and dimples, so it makes it go lower. Higher. Yeah.
There we are. Riley's all over it. So Riley's in training to do ball fittings in the future. But another interesting question we had was obviously when you think premium brand balls, you need a specific swing speed or compression to use them. So someone like Riley would never get fitted into that, but that's not true, is it?
No, not at all. And it's a brilliant question, and there are brands out there that fit via clubhead speed, but it's something we don't do because actually, when you're talking about clubhead speed, we're only really referencing one club, aren't we? What's that, Riley?
Driver.
Yeah, driver. And how many clubs you got in your bag?
11.
11?
He hasn't got a full bag.
Yeah, that's fine. So, but even on that, he's got 11 clubs in the bag, and he's going to use a different club every time he approaches a different shot. Every club's a different length, so you're going to swing every club at a different speed. And when we're fitting, we work from the green backwards, and when you're playing those very short shots, we're swinging the club really slowly.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't be based on clubhead speed, should it? Because you're only swinging at your fastest maybe between 8 and 14 times in the round, and as you know, we hit a lot of shots in the round of golf.
But I use driver like 18 holes around, so
it's different for Riley, but still he's then going to be hitting different shots into greens, and it's important. So, and I guess that brings us on to the fact that should juniors be fit for golf balls?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's really important that everybody gets fitted for a golf ball, and the golf ball doesn't discriminate against age, gender, handicap. It doesn't matter whether you're left-handed, right-handed, slightly older or slightly younger, like Riley here. So the most important thing is that we get you into a golf ball which is going to perform the best for you. It's going to help you enjoy the game more, lower your scores, give you more control, and ultimately better your golf.
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, Tom, thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Thank you to Thrillford for letting us use the facility. Well done to Riley for his fit. His was at least half as long as mine.
By checking my notebook in my pocket, I counted 4 shanks per day.
we will edit that one out. But thanks again. Thanks to Titleist. It has genuinely been really interesting, and
it's been a great experience.
You've really enjoyed it, haven't you? So Riley's genuinely enjoyed learning about the golf balls and how they work, and we've got a different golf ball, haven't you?
Yeah.
You can't say yet.
Can't say yet. You have to watch the next.
So we're going to do the next episode. We're going to go through the fitting process, and we'll show you what balls we get fit for. But thanks, Tom.
Thank
Pleasure.
you.
Cheers, guys. Thanks, everybody.